From the curlers to the ping-pongers, there is a sense that their sport demands the most and that their gold medals go only to the very best. I would not challenge any of them, but it meant I took some of the claims on Britain's cycling superheroes, The Price of Success Sunday, BBC Two, with a pinch of salt. Some cyclists, of course, have excelled thanks to a pinch of something else, and the use of substances is bound up with the history of the sport. One legend of the 70s, I am told, used to depend on a flask containing champagne and amphetamines, and if you took some of last night's contributors at their word, that is because he needed to. Athletes need a mindset not unlike those of early Monk's success, said the former psychiatrist to the British team, is less about strength and skill and more about inner endurance to withstand the relentless slog of a race. Like the Tour de France, athletes need a mindset not unlike those of early monks who spent their lives starving in caves or squatting up holes. Drugs can provide a quick and dirty route to the same goal, but, as this documentary explained, at the start of the millennium the British cycling team decided to win clean, under the leadership of Sir Dave Brailsford and Shane Sutton. Saddlebags of gongs came our way. A Kilburn lad called Bradley won the Tour de France, and at the 2012 Olympics it was the cyclists who rode home with Britain's greatest ever haul of medals. As number 2 to Brailsford and then as boss, Australian coach Sutton clearly employed a certain direct style. Some, like team member David Miller, found it inspirational. Others, like Jess Varnish, said Sutton was ist and had told her to go and have a baby. There were other allegations that Sutton had referred to the Paralympic team as chimps, and that he had, in general, ruled with fear. Sutton denied these allegations, but for us viewers the question went beyond did he or didn't he. His tough coaching style was not a drug, but it nonetheless seemed to have its own nasty side effects. Obviously, the camera work on Blue Planet 2 Sunday, BBC One, is the result of great skill, and it is right that the final chunk of each program pays tribute to the crew. There is a more subtle cleverness at work, though, in the way each installment leaves us more concerned for our oceans. It is not overstated, endlessly reminding us of climate change or pollution. It is more to do with timing than anything else. After the sinister Portuguese man-o'-war and the mystery of where whale sharks go to give birth, we ended on a pod of short-finned pilot whales. Hugely intelligent, living in complex groups, these whales were deeply affected when one of their own produced a stillborn calf. She kept it with her for many days and, ultimately, we were not told whether it had died from the toxins released by plastics into the seas or some other cause. Just the hint was enough to keep us wondering, though, and if that changes what a few of us do next week, that can ultimately change a planet.